Have you ever talked to your phone and just been a little bit stunned by how well it seems to get you? Or maybe you've had a chat with an AI online that felt, I don't know, almost human? This stuff is everywhere now, and it really makes you wonder about something huge.
And that's the big question, isn't it? With all this incredible tech surrounding us, have we actually done it? Have we built a machine that is truly, genuinely as smart as you or me? Let's dig in and find out.
So to really get to the bottom of that, we need to wrap our heads around a term you probably heard flying around a lot lately, AGI. What in the world is it really? Okay, so AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. Now I know, the name sounds super technical, but the core idea is actually pretty simple. Just imagine an AI that can understand, learn, and then apply that knowledge to solve any problem a person can. It's not just about being smart. It's about being versatile, adaptable, just like us.
And this right here, this really gets to the heart of it. The AI we have today, it's a master of one thing. It can crush a grandmaster at chess, sure, but that's its whole world. It follows instructions. AGI, on the other hand, would be a master of anything. It wouldn't just be following a script. It would understand the context of a situation and figure out how to solve problems it's never, ever seen before. Now that is a massive leap.
So how did we even get on this quest in the first place? Well, the idea of a thinking machine is probably older than you think. Let's take a quick trip back in time.
It really all kicked off around 1950 with a question that was as simple as it was revolutionary. Can machines think? And boom, that one question started everything. A few years later, in 1956, the term artificial intelligence was officially born, and there was so much optimism. People really thought human-level AI was just a few decades away. Well, you fast forward to today, and let's just say we have a much more humble view. We've realized that true intelligence isn't just about logic. It's about creativity, feeling, common sense, all this stuff that's way more complex than we ever dreamed.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking right about now. Hang on, my phone understands what I say, my smart speaker cracks jokes. That feels pretty darn intelligent. So yeah, why don't these amazing pieces of tech count as AGI?
And hey, you are absolutely right to be impressed. Today's AI is incredible. It can understand your voice, it can search the entire web in a split second to answer a question, it knows exactly what video you want to watch next, and it can even try to drive a car. These are all mind-blowing achievements. But are they AGI?
The answer from pretty much every expert out there is a very, very clear no. Not even close, actually.
And this is where we get to the real core of the problem. Today's AI is a master of mimicry. It's so good at analyzing huge, unbelievable amounts of text that it can predict the next word in a sentence perfectly, which makes it sound human. But it doesn't understand the meaning behind the words. Think about it like this. A little kid learns fire is hot by feeling the warmth by having a real experience. An AI learns that fire is hot because it's seen those words together millions of times online. One is genuine understanding, the other is just really, really good pattern recognition. So, if we're so advanced in some ways, what's the holdup? What's stopping us from making that jump from just mimicking intelligence to actually understanding? Well, as it turns out, there are some absolutely massive hurdles in our way.
Yeah, there are at least 5 huge roadblocks on this path. First up, the brain itself is still a giant mystery. How can we build a human-like mind if we don't even fully get how our own consciousness works? Then there's the lack of common sense. An AI knows tons of facts, but it doesn't have that basic gut-level understanding of the world that we all do. Third, AIs have a really tough time in new situations. They can be brilliant at one thing, but then totally fail when you ask them to apply that skill to something new. And on top of all that, you have the practical and ethical stuff, the insane amount of resources, computer power, electricity, money that it would take, and maybe the biggest one of all, the fear and responsibility of creating an intelligence that we might not be able to control.
But despite all those challenges, the quest is still on. People are pushing forward every single day. So what does the future hold, and how should we even be thinking about it?
Well, the honest truth is, nobody knows for sure. It's kind of funny. If you ask a room full of experts when AGI will get here, you'll get answers all over the map. Some will tell you it's centuries away, a distant sci-fi dream. Others are convinced we're right on the edge of a breakthrough, that it could happen in our lifetimes. The debate is pretty fierce.
But here's the one thing that pretty much everyone agrees on. Whenever it does get here, AGI is going to change, well, everything. It would completely rewrite the rules of our world, from the kinds of jobs we do, to how we learn, to the very role of humans in society. At the end of the day, AGI itself won't be good or evil. It's just going to be a tool, probably the most powerful tool humanity has ever created. And whether its arrival leads to some kind of utopia or a total disaster, that's going to depend entirely on the choices we make right now.
So let's bring it all the way back to where we started. Have we built a machine that's as intelligent as a human? The answer is a clear no, but that answer comes with a really, really important little word at the end: yet.
We are closer to creating a thinking machine than we have ever been in human history. The progress is just undeniable. And so that leaves us with a final question, a much deeper one. It's not really about if we can build AGI anymore. The real question we have to ask ourselves is, are we ready for the day it finally arrives?